forces, Thrall!
For Doomhammer! For the Frost Wolves!
To make that happen? I mean, they were allies.
They
They
did.
participate. Okay, so then why are you defending them?
I'm not defending
sure
them,
sounds like it.
Ethan. I have already described to you that I am critical of their actions. You are misquoting me. You are
I
misunderstanding.
am verbatim repeating what you
Hey, numerous times at this point. I have no issue with Hezbollah's militancy against a state that is conducting a genocide. That much is very clear.
You didn't say any
As a
of that.
matter
You
of
said,
fact,
I do
there are
not
plenty
have a
of
problem with
instances where I've
Hezbollah.
talked about.
You're lying.
As a matter of fact, there are plenty of instances where I have
You're
talked
lying.
about Hezbollah's militancy in Syria.
When you're done
as
lying, I'll
a
explain.
Axis of wait, what?
When you're done lying, I'll explain. You didn't say
I'm
that.
not. What,
You
what do you
said
mean I'm lying?
You said
I'm
I
telling
don't.
you
You were
what my
talking
position
to a
is right
normie.
now.
You were talking to a normie who didn't understand anything
Called
about
Nick a
the
normie.
conflict, and he said, "How do we feel about Hezbollah?"
Oh,
A general
shit.
question. How do we feel about Hezbollah? Your answer was, "We don't. I don't have a problem with them. Let's just say." And
Yeah.
then, by the way, Hassan, you start trying to minimize their inclusion
Yeah.
in this fucking wanton slaughter of Syrian civilians.
Wait, what? I'm minimizing their inclusion of the wanton slaughter of Syrian
Here's what you said
civilians?
because you want to be
Dude,
precise.
you made up
Well,
came-
I like what you like.
Ethan, you
I don't have an issue
stupidly
with them. Let's
said
just
that they
say.
killed 500,000 civilians. What are you talking about? I did not minimize their wanton slaughter in the Syrian civil war.
Do you think that they didn't participate with Assad to make that happen? I mean, they were allies.
They did.
participate. Okay, so then why are you defending them?
I'm not defending
sure
them,
sounds like it.
Ethan. I have already described to you that I am critical of their actions. You are misquoting me. You are
I
misunderstanding.
am
that?
verbatim repeating what you said, you
and I'm having a
liar.
conversation
feel
directly
bad
with
for
you,
Nick,
so I don't
yeah.
understand.
How can
I'm
you
not
lie to
minimizing
people?
what you
Like,
did.
we
I'm
just
minimizing
watched the clip.
The arbitrary number that you put there because you don't do enough research.
No, that number was based on the totality of deaths. My claim was that they participated in it. You were not critical of their actions in this clip.
Why did you put the so you're telling me you've never claimed that Hezbollah has killed more Muslims than Israel has, that IDF has?
I don't know when I think I did say that, and I think that was wrong. I was incorrect.
Yeah,
on
you've
that.
said that numerous times. You actually
I don't
said you
think that numerous
ChatGPT'd
times.
against AB when AB was like, I don't think that's correct.
Yeah. By the way, I that's something I looked into, and I was actually wrong about that for sure.
Okay. Don't you feel like this kind of misinformation is somewhat don't you think that saying stuff like that is going to make people infer that you might be more pro-Israel than you let on?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't,
You mean
it
I'm
doesn't
Zionist?
work like this, right? You're not just like clicking a box and you're like, well, I said it was a genocide. What more do you want from me? Okay, you did. But then you spend all of your time criticizing
Responding to
people
harassment.
who are offering analysis and not justification, but analysis
can I flip
to
it on
how
you a
these
little
groups
bit?
are actually formed. You're upset.
Hassan, you're doing it.
About,
You're doing it again.
Well, I'm not doing anything. I'm just
talking,
hoping
bro.
to explain to you something so you recognize that you're wrong, as you've done
No,
twice
you don't
now,
need to
so
explain
this is
anything to me. I
productive now.
understand your point. Don't you? So you're accusing me of being irresponsible with my words. Don't you think saying you have no issue with Hezbollah makes people think you're pro-terrorist?
Yeah.
I don't care that people think this. It's ridiculous.
So are people valid for thinking you're pro-terrorist?
Do you
when
believe
say,
Do you believe the State Department's designation for
answer the
terrorism is
question.
valid?
Is it reasonable for people to think that you are pro-terrorist when you say I have no problem with Hezbollah?
Do
What
you
about the
believe
interview?
the
Whoa,
State
answer the
Department's
question.
designation
What
for
about the
terrorism is
interview?
valid?
You answer my question and I'll answer yours. Are people valid
Ethan,
and
you
considering
rely heavily on
Can you
your
answer?
audience. not really
you
understanding
please
the
answer my
terms that you
question?
are using.
Let it be noted you are
When you
dodging.
say, "Oh, Hassan defends terrorists," okay,
Literally
there's a
just did.
reason why you say that. You say that to
You literally just
disparage
did.
me without actually addressing my arguments. And now, when you're faced with me, face to face,
God,
to
bro,
talk
you're
about
doing it
these
again.
issues, you agree with me. So if you agree with me, you called Hezbollah a noble group. Should I
In the
just run
beginning,
around
shit
being like
changed.
Ethan defends terrorism? Well, I think you do, but
I
for a
said their
different reason,
actions
and we'll
were
get to
noble.
that
I
in a
didn't call
second.
them a noble group. Again, you have a problem with the truth.
You just said that their
I said their
inception was
actions
a
were noble.
noble one.
Yeah.
You said Hezbollah was.
It's different from saying Hezbollah is a noble organization. But yeah, I really need you to answer this. Isn't it reasonable for people to assume you're pro-terrorist if you say stuff like, I have no problem with Hezbollah? Just answer the question, yes or no.
I don't think it's reasonable for people to assume that I'm pro-terrorism because I think people are going to assume that regardless because I am.
People can assume I'm
presenting a
Zionist.
position.
They're gonna regard-
But it's okay for it's okay for people to assume I'm Zionist.
Yes.
Got it. The logic
no,
is
you don't
clear.
understand what I'm saying. I get why people assume that. I get why people assume
I get why
I'm
people
a
assume you're
fucking
you're
pro-terrorist.
pro-terrorist.
Yeah. Do you
you?
feel? Okay, let's talk about that then. Do you feel like someone being branded pro-terrorist is as impactful under the Trump administration as someone being pro-Israel is?
Well, as someone who's been branded as a pro-Israel Zionist in my space, it is a horrifically fucking it's resulted in the unbelievable, unprecedented. I've been on the internet for 10 years, right?
Yeah,
I've been through
Ethan's
all
gotten
kinds of
harassed like
controversies, all
crazy.
kinds of shit. I have never once in my entire life, Hassan,
You trying to
experienced
blame
the
it on
amount of
Trump?
harassment, the organized, psychotic campaign to try to ruin my life, all of my all my employees' life, my family's life, their family's life. This is your community acting in response to what you're saying about me
Do
being
you have any evidence
pro-Zionist.
that
So
this
do
is
I
my
think it's worse?
community?
In
Do you
my
have any
experience,
evidence
it's
that
much
this is my
worse.
community that's done any of these things that you're talking about.
Okay, Hassan, can I ask you a question? Why the fuck were you browsing H3 Snark the other day and pulling clips from that?
I don't know. Someone fucking sent me a clip in the chat.
Okay. And so you shit and pissed about me pulling a meme from Destiny's subreddit. I have
Ethan,
never even
look
pulled
to
the
your-
subreddit up, but you're on
jeez.
stream browsing H3 Snark. How do you explain that?
Okay.
Ethan, your entire subreddit is a snark subreddit dedicated to me. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's literally not true,
I
but-
I don't have a single issue at this point. What are you talking about? You have personally moderated your own subreddit to turn into this, by the way.
What?
So many people that
Again,
have
you're lying.
criticized you
How
from
does
your
he know
own
that?
fan base have
Hassan,
left your
you said
community.
your
How does he
community
know
has
that?
nothing to
Because
do
you
with
can't take a
this.
fucking ounce of criticism from your paying members. How many people are like, I love Teddy Fresh. I have so many fucking pieces of Teddy Fresh clothing. Now I feel embarrassed to wear it because look at what he has become.
There's plenty of
This
fans.
is at
Don't
the
worry
heart
about
of this
that.
problem. If you want to talk about it, from the perspective of psychoanalysis,
No,
the real reason why
Hassan,
you've gone on
you
this
are
endless
lying.
vendetta
You
is
said-
because you can't comprehend
Jesus
the
Christ,
reality.
bro. I just want to have a
that your
conversation. I don't want to
your own
just
audience
gish
that
gallop
you've
forever.
cultivated has a difference in opinion in the way that you've presented yourself throughout this
Hassan,
conflict.
please
And if
let me
you
just talk.
demonstrated-
This is
if
you say
if
your
you
your community
demonstrated
has nothing to do with the harassment that I've received.
Ethan, if you
Someone,
demonstrated-
please,
Ethan,
Hassan, let me finish a
listen to
point.
me.
Uh-oh.
If you
Hey,
demonstrated
dude, you
a
gotta let me
fraction-
finish a
I'm just-
point. This is
I'm gonna mute
ridiculous.
you. I'm gonna mute you and just keep talking. If you
Okay,
keep
that's
doing this.
great. I think that means you won the debate.
Yeah. No. Listen to me.
So I'm not
If you
muted.
demonstrated
So
a
hold on, let me
fraction of the
finish.
humility-
Okay, there we
Let
go.
me say something.
If you demonstrated a fraction of the
This
humility
is
you did
amazing.
just now,
God.
most people would
To
not
let
have
me
left your
say
community, by the
something.
way.
I don't care that they left the community. That was obvious.
You definitely do.
I've got plenty of fans left. Don't worry. Here, listen. You claim your community has nothing to do with the harassment. Yet you said in the same breath that your chat linked you to H3 Snark, the subreddit primarily responsible for coordinating that harassment, and you pulled it up on your stream.
Do you have evidence that H3 Snark called CPS on you?
Did I say that?
jeez.
Like random anonymous
Did I say
Redditors?
that?
Oh, jeez.
Wait.
I said they're primarily responsible for harassing me.
Who called CPS?
What the fuck? So I don't know. Did I claim they did? You're dodging, bro. You are absolutely dodging. You claim your community has nothing to do with the harassment, yet you are browsing H3 Snark. Now, let me ask you this,
Oh my
Hassan.
God.
How many times have I browsed the Destiny
absolutely, without
subreddit on my
evidence,
show?
Have blamed virtually everyone for calling CPS. Answer my question.
What?
So you don't know who called CPS, and yet for the past couple of months, you've been like, It's whoever I
It's
don't
the
like that is called
fucking
CPS.
no.
And now you're claiming that my community is responsible for it.
I think it's the tone. No, bro, what is wrong with you? Did I say your community called CPS? The harassment campaign is
You're
a much more
inferring
broad
it.
than
Yes,
that.
you're
Absolutely
inferring
not.
it.
You can't address an actual issue, so you turn it into you're straw manning, basically. I'm saying your community
Bro,
is
Reddit-
responsible for this participating in this harassment campaign. You
Hassan's
said
community
chat sent
absolutely
you
is.
this link, did they not?
Yes, last
of
week.
course.
What are you talking about?
Of course they are.
Okay, so your chat is involved with H3 Snark, which, by the way, funnily enough, the new Snark page is called Leftovers H3, and it's got a picture of you
thank
in the
for giving it a
avatar.
shout out. Shout out to Leftovers H3.
It's got a picture of you, Hassan. You don't need to shout him out. You're already doing it. Don't you think that's
wait,
odd?
You did it.
No, I think it's.
Also, what do you think? Like, first of all, do you think I have any say on what fucking
Yes.
happens in these subreddits? What are you talking about?
Well, you have a say what happens in your Discord and chat, which you absolutely do not moderate. And there's so much evidence of the disgusting shit.
That's also completely fucking
Well, why did
false.
you criticize XQC for not moderating his chat when you called in?
Ethan?
Why
I can't believe
did
would-
you
I can't
criticize
believe you would bring this up. Here, let me
XQC
tell
for
you,
not
okay?
moderating his chat?
Yes, XQC has actively used this community over the course of many years at this point, as he was, doing Gamba and wanted to fucking keep gambling and
not
felt
answering.
bad that I was criticizing him to attack me. Okay?
And you
There's a
haven't?
difference
And that's
between
different
someone
than what
doing
your
that.
And
community
you
has done.
haven't?
How?
What do you mean?
What?
How is that different than your community attacking me?
You want to know how it's different? I have an 8-minute clip compilation all the way from when our podcast ended all the way to December of 2024 where I actively defend you. That is moderating
bro,
my
I do
community.
not give a fuck about your quote-unquote defending as your community went rabid with your
XQC's
approval.
defended Hassan.
Please spare me.
With my approval,
XQC's
I told
defended
you.
It's your
Hassan multiple
community, bro.
times.
You literally say in this clip that it's let me play this clip for you because it will show
Ethan,
just what a liar
people
hypocrite you
don't
are.
fucking like you, big dog. I don't know what to do. You know
they
what I
love
mean?
you,
Like,
huh?
What do you want me to do? What
Fucking
do you want me to
everybody
do?
loves
They don't
Hassan.
like you.
Everybody
You're
loves
fucking-
iDubbbz too.
Dude, Ethan,
My
people don't
objective
like
is not
you.
to be
I
liked,
can't
Hassan.
make
That
them
might
like
surprise you. It might surprise you. My objective in life is not to be liked. Or I mean, it's not to specifically be liked. That is not my objective. I know
Then
that's
why?
foreign to you.
Then why? Why are you bringing any of this up? People don't like you. I can't change that. Okay? There's
Yeah.
plenty of people who don't like me either.
My whole career's been people not liking me, but I've never experienced this level of harassment. You are unwilling to contend or concede at any point that you are.
Yeah, because I'm not responsible for it. Here, play this video, Dan. Here you go.
All right, let's see the video.
Anyway, it's not about being liked either. It's about harassment,
Here.
bro.
Go ahead. Show your audience because you've been saying that I've been like
Yeah,
leading
yeah,
a
yeah. I'm
harassment
waiting for
campaign.
it.
Luckily,
I'm
everybody
waiting
likes
for
me.
it.
I sent it.
Are you?
It's
Dan,
embarrassing
I'm sorry. Hold on,
too,
hold on.
especially
Dan is in
because
the
of the way
back.
you behave now. Ugh.
Dan is in the bathroom, so hold on. You okay?
My argument with you in that conversation
I think
where
that
I said
Hassan
there's not,
absolutely
there's
weaponizes
not
his
anything
community.
I can do.
He does it
was
all the time
literally
when he
because
tweets
of the
negatively
way you
at
were
people
presenting
while he's
yourself.
on stream.
In the conversation that
Does
we
it
had,
constantly.
you inferred that JVP
And
was
that's
akin to
fine.
capos.
It's okay
You
to do
said
that. I do
the
that.
order
Oh
to see
my God,
Palestine will be
bro.
free.
I'm not
is
gonna let you
actually an
stun lock me, but
extermination
again, another
slogan that
pathetic
terrifies
fucking
Jewish
lie.
people.
Holy shit.
You literally fucking posted about a pro-Palestinian dude on Twitter saying that he would be thrown off of roof like fucking Hamas is ISIS. If you say all of that, if
Hold
it walks
the
like a duck, it quacks like a duck,
fucking phone.
most people are gonna not think that you're a chicken. They're gonna think you're a duck.
Okay, I'm not going to get stunlocked by these insane accusations. I never called them capos. That's what you said. That's part of the harassment campaign. You put those words in my mouth, and now it's something that I still hear. I have never called them capos.
Wait. So you haven't, as recently as a month ago, still called them token Jews and that they are completely off base with the rest of the
Is that the
with
same
the
as
rest of the
capos?
movement.
Do you have a problem with like levels? It's all or nothing. Is criticizing someone be a token the same as calling them capos?
Why would you call Jews who are standing
It's not
against
something you would
genocide,
ever
which
ask.
you also recognize as a genocide?
Can I play this? This is the
Token
clip.
Jews
Here's
that
what
are
he said.
not representative of the broader movement.
Well, they're statistically
You also
not.
called Matt Lieb a capo.
Matt Lieb's a disgusting human being who platformed Bad Empanada, who's like you.
So you do have a